from the steppes of Sumer to the pyramids of Egypt, from the jungles of South America to the icy lands of the Vikings.
A strange thing happens everywhere.
All ancient civilizations claim that the gods not from the earth fell from the sky, but if they all tell the same story,
is it still a myth? We begin our journey in Mesopotamia, the land considered the cradle of human civilization.
Here the Sumerians left behind clay tablets, telling about the gods they called Anunnaki. According to legend, the Anunnaki were not human, nor were they born from the earth.
They were described as beings descended from the sky. Their leader was the god Anu, lord of the sky, who had a majestic appearance and often appeared with symbols of power in his hand. The Sumerians
believed that the Anunnaki taught them the knowledge of agriculture, construction, and even law.
But the strangest thing is the devices that these gods carried, carved in the shape of modern technology.
Leaving Mesopotamia, we come to the land of the pyramids.
Ancient Egypt here. The gods not only lived in the sky,
but also traveled every day across the sky.
The sun god,
was depicted steering a boat of light, traveling from east to west,
illuminating life. Another god was Thoth,
considered a messenger from the stars. He brought knowledge, writing, and science to humanity.
What's special is many Egyptian gods are depicted with a glowing, circular disc on their heads.
Is it a symbol of the sun, or is it a description of some kind of flying device
that they had witnessed across the ocean?
We come to the Americas, where civilizations like the Maya,
Inca, and Aztec also told of gods who came from the sky. One of them was Quetzalcoatl,
a white-skinned,
bearded god who came from the sky in a flying metal saucer. More than just a god, he was also an enlightener.
He taught his people astronomy,
mathematics, engineering, and agriculture.
After completing his mission, Quetzalcoatl returned to the sky with a promise to return.
In another faraway place,
West Africa, there is a people called the Dogon. Although they live in isolation, they possess incredible astronomical knowledge.
The Dogon know about the Sirius star system, which contains a white dwarf that cannot be seen with the naked eye. What's remarkable is they knew this hundreds of years ago,
before modern telescopes were invented.
The Dogon say their ancestors were taught by beings from the star. Sirius itself, they don't call them gods.
They call them people from the sky. From Egypt, Mesopotamia, South America to Africa. Different civilizations, thousands of miles apart,
thousands of years apart.
Yet they tell the same strangely similar story.
A story about gods who did not come from the ground, but from the sky they descended, imparted knowledge, and then disappeared.
Is this a coincidence, or a trace of a truth that mankind has forgotten?
In the midst of history, if the gods did come from the sky, who were they? Were they spiritual beings or a superior extraterrestrial intelligence? A host of theories have been put forward,
from the scientific to the mystical.
The most popular theory is that the gods were actually ancient space travelers, the ancient astronauts.
They came to Earth thousands of years ago in spaceships, leaving traces all over the planet.
Eric von Däniken, author of the book Chariots of the Gods,
believes that the pyramids,
giant stone statues or giant carvings in Nazca, are all structures that guide or welcome beings from the universe.
One branch of that theory is that it is the alien gods
who intervened in the evolutionary process,
even created humans. Sumerian texts describe the Anunnaki creating humans to work for them. Human DNA was edited.
We carry within us a part of the heritage of the people from the sky.
Some scholars do not believe in aliens, but believe the gods come from another dimension.
They do not need spaceships.
They can pass through space portals. Many legends speak of heavenly gates,
light paths or vortices where gods appear and disappear. Some researchers believe that our ancestors witnessed advanced technology,
but did not understand it and called it divine.
A flying saucer could be called an iron bird. A spacesuit could become divine armor.
A communication device became a magic wand, and they transcribed everything in the language of myth.
Why do different civilizations thousands of years apart have the same form of mythology? The gods all come from the sky. All impart knowledge, all live by light.
Is it coincidence or a collective memory
That humanity has passed down since the beginning of time, but has been shrouded in myth.
Who are they gods from the sky? Aliens, interdimensional beings, or just anthropomorphic imaginations?
The answer may not be clear, but the question has lived in the human mind for millennia, and to this day it has not let us go. If the gods from the sky are not myths,
then why did they come to Earth?
Did they come out of curiosity, to study, to help,
or for some purpose that humans have never imagined?
The first hypothesis is that Earth is a biological nursery. The gods, or more accurately,
ancient space travelers, act as guardians.
They come to sow the seeds of life, guiding the development of primitive creatures and especially humans.
In many cultures, the gods not only teach, but also create humans. Are we the product of a grand experiment?
Another hypothesis is less romantic. They come for resources. Sumerian texts describe the Anunnaki coming to Earth to mine gold. Some researchers, such as Zecharia Sitchin,
have suggested that gold was not only valuable to humans,
it could also be used in advanced technologies such as atmospheric regeneration, protecting the planet and humans.
They may have been created to serve this purpose.
In most mythologies, the gods are the transmitters of knowledge, of agriculture, astronomy, architecture, medicine, language. Thoth taught the Egyptians writing.
Quetzalcoatl taught the Maya how to read the stars.
Enki taught the Sumerians how to control the waters.
Were the gods predecessors who came to elevate humanity? Or were they interfering with an evolutionary chain that they had already begun?
A darker hypothesis: humans were not created to evolve,
but to be controlled like in the Nephilim legends.
Angelic human hybrids, the gods once broke the law, mated with humans, created chaos, and were eventually punished.
Or in the Book of Revelation, beings from the sky brought destruction and judgment.
Was their presence not entirely for the benefit of humans?
There is a theory that the gods are no longer here,
but are still observing humanity from afar. Modern UFO encounters may be periodic returns to check on development.
Like a scientist monitoring an experimental organism. Was it all just an experiment that lasted tens of thousands of years? And humans were just test subjects.
Many myths say that the gods did not disappear. They just left traveling to the sun.
Quetzalcoatl promised to return.
The Dogon waited for the serious creature to return. In Hebrew mythology, the creator will return for final judgment.
Are we living in a waiting period? And if they return, what will happen?
Who are they? What do they come for? Gods from the sky, creators or controllers, teachers or mysterious aliens?
Humans still have no clear answers.
But the stories from ancient civilizations
still whisper something that we may not be alone.